In this lesson, we'll look for any fixes we can make to wrap up the light push. So we want to double check and triple check our work to make sure everything's looking right before we can call this light push finished. So let's go to a top view, and we'll start from here and just render off a play blast and review it after it's finished rendering. Here it is. Great, so the top looks good. Let's go ahead and close this out now and move on to another view. We'll go back to our perspective and let's go for more of a back view. Okay, so make sure our camera or our character is staying within the camera range. Hide our curves and render another one off from here. Here it is. Awesome, so the back looks good. Let's try another view. We haven't really been play blasting from the character's left side, so we'll get more of a 3/4 left side view. Okay, so again we'll make sure that we scrub through so that our character will be in shot, and render another. Here's the render. Alright, great. So the left side looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and check out the right side now. So we'll turn our camera around and this time focus on the right. Okay, and we can play blast from here. Here it is. Okay, so the right side of the character is looking really good, but notice right towards the end here, look at the right knee. It's jiggling a little bit too much, a little bit too abrupt. So we're going to want to take away some of that jiggle there so it's not as much. Let's close out our play blast, bring back our control curves, and we'll go to our center of gravity, and in our graph editor let's go to the translate Y, select these keys, frame them up, and let's fix them up. Let's fix these poses. So on frame 89, let's bring down this key even more so that there's more of a bend in the knee. And we'll do the same thing on 93. We'll bring that down too. Okay. So we don't get too much of a pop there. Okay, let's see how this looks. We'll render another play blast. Again, keeping our character in shot. And this time, just really focusing on the right knee. So let's even hide our curves and render one off. Here it is. Great, much better. Okay, so that finishes up the right leg. And there's another area, just one more area that we need to bring our attention to, and that is the right arm at around here as it's following through. We need to fix our poses here so that we get some better follow through motion going on. The arm is a bit too locked up. So we'll go ahead and close this out. Show our curves, select the right arm IK. Let's go to our perspective and graph view, and we need to adjust our translate Y to bring that up, and also our translate Z to bring it forward after we've brought it up. So on frame 96, we'll go there, take this key, and let's bring that up. And then we'll also need to adjust this key slightly on 103, just bring it up slightly, not much at all, because it should be moving down as it's moving back, the arm. Great. Okay, so that's better. Now we could go to our translate Z and fix it up so that the arm is moving a little bit more forward. So from frame 96, we'll select the key on frame 98 and we'll bring up the arm a little bit more forward. Great, and then we could take this key on 103 and translate that up a little bit too. Alright, let's see how this looks in a play blast. So again, making sure our character is in shot, we'll start off a render. Here's the render. Great. Okay, so that wraps up our light push. And we sure learned a lot of cool things while animating this light action, like effective timing and spacing to show believable weight, and cool tools in the graph editor like the insert key tool and weighted tangency, as well as several principles of animation that really brought out the appeal and realism in this animation. And those are just to name a few. So now what we want to do is take all that we've learned and use it to transform the slide action into a heavier one, which we'll begin to do in the next lesson.